What's going on, Libra? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 12th to the 18th, 2024. So in this reading, Libra, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding August 12th to the 18th, 2024. So before we begin this reading, Libra, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you, Libra, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Libra. So without further ado, I'm now going to pull the energy for you, and we will see what is coming your way for this upcoming week in August 2024. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Libra. Wow, looks actually like a really good week for you here. Big turnaround energy is what I get for you. Big relief energy. Relief. Emotional relief. Hold on. Now, okay, we're not even going to go there yet. Wow, Libra. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is actually a really, really important time for you in your life from the 12th of August to the 18th of August, like a really important turnaround. I see you this week actually being like happier than you have been for a very long time. You have a lot of divine protection coming in for you more than usual, but the reason why you have so much divine protection is because you're going to be making a lot of readjustments and a lot of letting go of certain situations that no longer require you to like just hit your head on the grindstone. And what I mean by that is I just did a reading for Gemini, and it was all about stick-to-itiveness and like staying the course. Don't give up on something. But there's been something that has been making you completely exhausted in your life, that from the 12th to the 18th you are being called to let it go and to seek something new. Now, this is going to sound crazy, and it doesn't apply to every Libra, but I'm being called to say it, especially for the single Libras out there. Many, and if you're psychically attuned, many of you Libras are going to be getting direct downloads from Spirit about I'm talking the exact person that you are going to start a family with. Some of you know this person through a third party. Some of you Libras, it's not like it's going to actually physically come together this week, but Libra, there's many of you who know this person through a third party, and you have a download that there's going to be a new beginning in love that's going to lead to like a happily ever after with you and someone that you have unfinished business with from a past life. I'm not going to say any more about it because for the psychic Libras, I just said everything that already tipped off what you needed to hear. That will confirm what will come your way. Now, for everyone, there's a new beginning in love. There's a heart opening here, but it may feel like it requires you to let go of an old lifestyle that may feel slightly uncomfortable to let go of, but not really. So let me explain. Before we get into the tarot, we're going to start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and these oracle cards contain the energy that you need less of. The oracle cards that I'm about to show you they contain the energy that is blocking your success. These oracle cards that I'm about to show you contain the energy that Spirit wants you to discard. Let it go. Not worth it. Okay? The first one is fighting. All right, fighting. So I feel like for many of you, you're fighting within yourself. There may be two very conflicting fragments of your own personality that are fighting for control of your being at this time. And for many of you, this actually does involve fighting with a person in your life. Whether it was you were verbally fighting with them or it was like a psychic battle, it's time for you to let go of this now and to allow the new to enter your life. You may have been fighting with someone who you had unfinished business with, even if it was like, do I want to forgive them or not? Do I wish them well or not? There's something about fighting with yourself. It's all about, for you, it's about reflection, surrender, and allowing everything to unfold slowly. Let me repeat that. Instead of fighting to create a transformation in your life, instead of forcing something, oh, my life would be better if I didn't have that one enemy out there. Oh, my life would be better if I didn't have to this person I'm going to fight with. Let it go. There's something better coming in to replace it. Now, some of you might be completely shocked that when you stop fighting this person in your mind, you actually transform the relationship with them in the physical. But it requires you to stop fighting. There's something about stop labeling someone as your enemy, and they won't be your enemy. I swear to God. But it's deeper than that. The next energy that you have here that you need to let go of is the 9 of Wands, the exhaustion. So the energy that's going to block your success this week and your happiness is fighting and exhaustion. So many of you, you're actually going to be fighting within yourself because you may have misjudged the timing of your life. I sense for many of you Libras, you've had to go through relationships that didn't work out. You've had to go through relationships with people that maybe made you think that you were a bad person because you didn't fit the mold of what would work with them. You might have questioned yourself. You might have been like, maybe I am a bad person, maybe. And to a certain degree, that's healthy. But right now, it's not time for you to focus on that. It's time for you to let go. So fighting, exhaustion, and many of you, this is actually going to have to do with your career and your work as well. Because the next energy that you need to let go of is the 8 of Pentacles, the ordinariness. And the quote that comes to mind with this card is, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. It's basically about just enjoying the now, and no matter what's going on, just be productive, just be ordinary, just act like life is going on as usual. But for you, life is not going on as usual because you have a new love coming into your life. And what you need to let go of is fighting, exhaustion, and ordinariness. Because many of you were fighting for an ordinary connection in your life. Many of you Libras out there were literally bargaining with the divine to keep an ordinary connection in your life. Meanwhile, the correct timing for your soulmate to enter has always been waiting for you. And there's something about you realizing that you've been divinely protected this whole time despite the difficulties that you've been through. And the advice here is for you to really deeply reflect and to allow yourself to go slow, because I promise you that the universe has something in store for you. Like I said, the psychic ones will know who it is. The psychic ones are actually going to be tipped off to exactly who this is, despite their weirdness. But for many of you Libras out there, you can't even imagine this. Now, for many of you as well that are already in a committed marriage or love partnership, there's something about if you can let go of fighting and exhaustion and ordinariness. There's something about you tuning into your emotions this week. This is a weekly reading, so we can get specific. You don't have to fight if you're divinely protected. You don't have to scratch and claw and there's something about this can all be way easier than you thought it needed to be, but there's something about that you need to surrender and reflect and take the long road. Now, many of you Libras, this will be the start of a psychic connection between you and someone that you will have a family with. For some of you, this is going to be a completely new person that you didn't have any precog about. But for the psychic Libras out there, I'm telling you right now, you know who this person is. And for those of you that know who this person is, there's also something about a weird way that you met. There's something about this that you may feel like is blocking this. for a lot of you Libras out there, this can be like your, like you know this person through some sort of weird third party. You know of each other, and there's like a weird third party blocking you, is what I'm getting for the Libras out there. But what you're being called to let go of is thinking about that, because nothing can stop God's plan. Nothing is going to be able to stop this soul contract. Nothing. It doesn't matter who they were with before. It doesn't matter who you were with before. And what I get is, like, if you just stop feeding that timeline of like worrying about the third parties, like no one's gonna worry about it. Everyone's just gonna be happy and be like, see, the universe is like, we make plans and God laughs. Like there is such a beautiful energy coming in for you, but you're being called to let go of fighting the exhaustion and ordinariness. There's nothing ordinary about this connection coming in for you. Nothing. You know, whether and look, some of you this is going to be a romantic thing. For some of you, this is just going to be a new sister. If you're a woman, this is going to be a new brother. If you're a man, this is going to be like a nephew. This is going to be like an uncle. Like, you have to apply it to you. But for many of you, especially the single Libras who are looking for love, this is definitely a romantic thing. But for many of you, this can just be anyone. But you may feel like you have, you know, there's some sort of weird third party blocking this, or there's some sort of beef that you just let it go. Let it go. It's not worth it, and you're divinely protected. So before we get into the rest of this reading, Libra, I have an announcement that my school, the Mystic Mastermind, is open. It's a place for you to connect with other mystics, other people of a like mind. It's a place for you to connect with me on a more personal level. And you're going to learn astrology fundamentals from me there. You're going to get free access to my law of attraction content, exclusive videos from me that you'll find nowhere else. And you'll also, the main feature of this is an astrology workshop that we do for 2 hours plus every single week, every Friday. We're going live for 2 hours, and we're going to be doing astrology workshops with yours truly and yourself. You're going to learn about your chart. You're going to learn about new connections that you have that you didn't even know. So click the link below and join the Mystic Mastermind if that's something you're interested in, Libra. But let's go ahead and get into this reading for you now. I'm just going to take my last sip of coffee here. Your opportunity is the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about divine protection. Sometimes it's about freedom of movement, but it's about divine protection. There's also something about the dark and the light merging. Like your opportunity, you see how there's a black sphinx, and then there's a white sphinx here. There's something about the new connection, the new love connection, whether this is romantic or whatever it is for you. It will be different for different Libras. For many of you, it will be romantic. Every single thing that you had to go through that maybe you didn't know if you were going to make it through. Maybe you feel like the universe had it out for you. Maybe it was darkness that you couldn't imagine. Why, God, why, universe, did you have to put me through this? It literally was preparing you for this connection. Literally. And if you didn't go through that darkness, you would not have become the alchemist that you now are. If you didn't go through that darkness, you wouldn't be prepared for this divine union. But guess what? Even though this is probably going to be taking it a slow build, you're ready now. And your person is also ready now. Some of you are going to be at a distance. Some of you will not physically be near this person, but the portal is opening up for your two souls to come together now. And like I said, for the Psychic Libras, you know who this is. Even no matter how comfortable it is, you know who it is. And guess what? It's not uncomfortable unless you label it that. We're going to have a big fat Greek wedding, everybody. Not me. I'm going to be attending. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's serious. It's serious. It's beautiful. Like the whole way everything had to happen. It's beautiful, everyone. It's so gorgeous. Now, your challenge is the Nine of Wands, which has to do with unfinished business wounding from your past. It has to do with a battle that is like not over yet, and the energy that you need less of is the Nine of Wands, exhaustion, and your challenge is the Nine of Wands, exhaustion. So make sure that you're not making this situation more complicated than it has to be due to other people's ego or your ego. There's also something coming through about don't worry about offending someone else's ego if you know that this is meant for you. Now, many of you will find out who this is from the 12th to the 18th. if you don't already have the thing in your head. But look, your overall general energy here is the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Lover's card, Libra. So there's a soulmate coming in, it's new love, and it's something that's built to last. It's a wish fulfillment for you. It's a happily ever after. You see the children playing in the yard there, so there could be something to do with children on some level here. But this is about soulmate union, and it's so funny because yesterday was the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, and now people are either coming into union with themselves that will prepare them for their divine union, or they're coming into union with their divine counterpart now. You're ready. You made it through the Lionsgate portal. I understand that a lot of people had a rough day yesterday. I understand that a lot of people had a shake-up, a seismic shake-up on the Lionsgate portal. But now you made it through the portal, no matter how difficult it is. And now you're ready. And whether you're already in a commitment or you're preparing for a commitment, this week is going to be a very happy week for you. It will. And what you don't see coming, there will be developments happening faster. Now, for some of you, I'm predicting that, and I don't mean to be weird, but for some of you Libras out there, there's going to be a little bit of an age difference issue, particularly as it relates to building a family. Or some of you, if you're a little bit older watching this, some of you have kids, there's something about an age difference. It's not going to stop you, you know. And there doesn't have to be an age difference. If it's not an age difference, there's a maturity gap difference. But you're of the same tribe. You're meant to be together. Like, in what you don't see coming, you have 3 court cards, the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups here. So the Knight of Swords is about something that's happening very quickly, very heroically, very quickly. The King of Cups is the King of Cups, you know, someone who's full of love, aware of emotional undercurrent, someone who has something to give. And then the Page of Cups is kind of like a naive, gullible individual. But in this particular situation, I would allow yourself to be caught up in the romance and allow it to develop quickly if that's what happens. You know, this is about fast-moving, positive emotions happening very quickly and what you don't see coming. So there's a connection coming in for you from the 12th to the 18th that's developing way quicker than you thought it could. So be ready. Now, it's going to require you to move slow, though. Like, the advice is, like, even though energetically it's moving fast, for you to take a step back. And for you to it's going to require you to surrender an old lifestyle, though. Because the person coming in, when you're together with them, you're going to have more energy. And you're going to realize, like life is easier when you're going to be with this person. Whether it's a new friend, whether it's a new business partner, for many of you, even if it's a business partner coming in, there's going to be that, like, love. But for many of you single Libras that are looking for love, this is... It's like you're like 2 energizer bunnies coming together. And here's your advice. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Hanged Man here. So go slow. You know, do everything the right way in this connection. Don't cut any corners. You know, allow the slow building of your heart opening to happen in the time that it needs to happen. The Hermit here is about deep reflection, going within. There's also Virgo energy here. So make sure that you really reflect on what it is that you've been fighting with. What have you been fighting? What have you been exhausted by? And what has been ordinary in your life? Some of you have been fighting to keep something ordinary and you didn't know it. Like, some of you have been fighting to keep up with a routine. You know, allow yourself to chill out this week. Allow yourself to prepare for union. I'm not saying don't work hard, because you do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is about hard work. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. But what I'm saying is, if you knew, like, how this universe really works and what the universe has planned for you and the rewards that you're going to receive for everything that you went through, don't sweat it. It's not all on you. You don't have to make this happen. It's going to happen regardless. I'm telling you that, Libra. So just relax, because the next energy that you need is the Hanged Man, which is about seeing something from a different perspective, a temporary moment of enlightenment, and also surrender. So Spirit's really advising you, no matter how long it takes for you to surrender to this divine connection, whether it's a business partnership, a friendship, for most of you it's a love romantic thing, whether it's renewing your vows with your existing loved one, whether it's a new person coming in and you're single, no matter how long it takes you to come to terms with this, no matter how much reflection that you have to do in order to feel comfortable with this, no matter how many perspectives and beliefs, outdated beliefs you need to let go of, no matter how much you need to surrender, it's happening, Libra. It's happening. So stop fighting, stop being exhausted, stop being ordinary, and know that you're divinely protected for a new heart opening, something that's going to give you energy, someone who's going to see your value. It's a soulmate. And, you know, it might take both of you a little while to sort through whatever weirdness has been separating you in the past or the future, because I do, once again, there's either an age gap here for many of you, or there's a maturity gap that actually may be complementary. Or for others of you, and for some of you this is going to be all simultaneously, there is a third-party situation blocking it. Whether it's in business, third party, they have beef with your boy, or it's in love, they slept with someone you slept with. It doesn't matter. Get out. Get the cameras on my face. I'm ready to get out. Okay? Now, this is one of those readings where, let's clarify your challenge. Let's start off with why is the Nine of Wands here in your challenge, Libra, for this week. Yes, let's do a couple more. But the reason why I'm saying that is because you can't escape fate, and you have free will. Look, fate and free will go hand in hand. When you were born, you were imprinted with energy based on the astrology that was happening at the time that you were born. You were imprinted with that energy. But depending on your free will depends on how you manifest that energy. You can, with this connection, there's been something blocking it, but it's actually perfect timing, even if it seems like it was, because to your mind and your physical mind, something will feel like a fight that was actually meant to be. Something will feel like a fight that was actually perfect timing. Something will feel like you were being cursed when you were actually being protected. Something will feel like something was blocking this connection when it was actually the seeds were sprouting underneath. Bamboo takes 7 years to grow. What I'm trying to say here is that there's destiny happening. It's fated. It's a divine union coming in for you, Libra. You have unfinished business with this person. For some of you, it's from past lives. But even if you have unfinished business with them from a past life, there may be existing beliefs, existing routines, and both of you are going to come in and the thing about this connection that I sense is that both of you are the only one that can help each other get out of your ways, because you're mirrors. Let me repeat that. Now, what I'm getting for many of you is some of you will only be able to see yourself clearly and to understand your own shadow by accepting that this is your divine counterpart. Because whenever someone else tried to tell you about your shadow, you made them the bad guy. But when your divine reflection when you see yourself reflected in your divine reflection, no one's going to have to tell you about your shadow because it's going to be reflected to you. And then both of you, like a mirror, will make the changes necessary because no one had to tell you and make you feel bad about making the changes. You're going to see it reflected and you're both going to laugh and smile and cry and be like, wow. You can't escape fate this week, Libra. Take as much time as you need to process this. And stop fighting. Stop being exhausted. Stop being ordinary. You're divinely protected. You're having a heart awakening. Bye.